Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Abdurasulov, and the student of Tashkent State University of Economics, Faculty of Management, and first bachelor degree student in World Economy field. So in this video I'm going to do my final exam work, which is given by our academic skills teacher Aziz. So in this work I'm researching on revealing Colombia's GDP, how jobs, poverty, education, and trade shape the economy. So let's get started. First, we go browser and type World Bank Open Data. Here, World Bank Open Data. Here we can download our data, and here we have two options. We can search our data using indicators or using countries. I should go country as I'm researching on Colombia's GDP. So the letter C, Colombia, I choose. And here, three options. I choose Excel file, downloading, open it. Here are three sections: metadata indicators, metadata countries, and data. We should choose data, and here you can choose country name, country code, and this also, and you can choose the variables according to your research. I have already chose and copied them into new sheet. Here you can see no, this is not actually Colombia World. Here no, this was actually this. Sorry for misunderstanding. Here I pasted my variables. So years, GDP, unemployment, education, Gini index, agriculture, ICT exports. So this is Excel format. We should import this Excel spreadsheet into Stata in order to do our research. Stata here, and how to import our data. Here file we choose and import data to Excel spreadsheet. No, it was file, import Excel spreadsheet, and browse Colombia World Bank Open Data, open, and here you can see the data. You can check it, and we should click this button as the letters will be deleted. Here you can see deleted, and variable key is preserved, and okay. Here you can see variables, and we should check is Stata is understanding our data. We should browse our data. Here you can see the black letters. Black letters. This means Stata understand this information except for years. This is red. We should correct it. How to correct? We should click data, create or change data, and go through other variable transformation commands and convert string to numeric. And we should choose the years as it's not in the correct format, and we should rename like year, and okay. And browse. Here you can see year, and it's available for Stata to understand, and we should drop years as it's incorrect. So how to delete? Drop years. Okay, and here our variables. Our dependent variable is GDP. We should put our dependent variable in the first row. So how to do it? Move. We should choose our dependent variable GDP and first place, and enter. Here you can see GDP in the first row. And let's see, browse. Here our data is available to our research. So before doing, we should save it as data file. So column data. Here you can see column data and save. Column data already exists. I have already saved. No, cancel. So in this way you can save your data as data format. And the next we should begin our log file, and we should name it column log. Okay, and save as type. We should choose log and save. Here you can see it, and to file. Here you can create your to file, but I have already created. So Colombian to file. Here, open. So independent word log begin. We have already begun, and the string years generate. Here we should first command we use is that this is install sdoc and sdoc sum. We should run, and sdoc sum already exists. Option append was assumed. Here we can see the variables: GDP, years, unemployment, education expenditure, Gini index, agriculture, ICT experts. This is observation. This is mean, like standard deviation. Here minimum and maximum. And here we click this button. The last part. Here we can copy it and copy it, and now Word. Analysis and results section. I have problem with my laptop. Analysis and results table, descriptive statistics. Here I have already pasted, and based on the descriptive statistics, the literature suggests that GDP growth in Colombia is influenced by multiple microeconomic factors. Agriculture contributes significantly to the economy, with the average value of $10.79 billion. So it varies widely over the years. Unemployment averaging 11.48% remains a challenge, as high rates are linked to lower productivity and economic instability. Education expenditure with $4.41 billion plays a crucial role in human capital development, but its impact depends on accessibility and efficiency. Income inequality measured by the Gini index means in Uzbek ortacha 53.75 remains high, indicating persistent disparities. ICT experts, with an average of 8.51% of total experts, reflect the growing role of digital industries. The dataset spans from 1960 to 2023, capturing long-term economic trends. The finding highlights the need for policies promoting employment, education, and sectoral diversification to ensure stable GDP growth. Here you can see descriptive statistics, and go to Stata and our do file here. Next comment is T-set years. Oh, wow, mistake. Copy and paste it. So continue. TSet years here, delta on unit, time arrival year here you can see, and two-way TS line. Run it, and this is the graph of it, and here we can copy it, and we should go our work. No, scatter here. This line graph. Here I have already pasted GDP and years. The line graph show about depicts the relationship between years and GDP in general during the period 1960-2020. GDP showed a positive relationship with approximately 3,000 units. And go back to Stata, and now here others also indicated. The graph above gives information about ICT expert sectors in Colombia. This line graph. The graph above gives information about ICT expert sectors in. So next graphs also given. Here you can see ICT experts over the years. The graph above gives information about ICT expert sectors in Colombia during the period from 1995 to 2020. The ICT exports fluctuated and overall declined by 6. Here you can see, and others also given. And in this line graph we can see the fluctuation in unemployment rate. It reached its peak at approximately 21 in 2000. And here the combination of TS line graphs, I chose the most significant ones, and go back to Stata here, and our do file here. This line we have already spoken about that, and scatter plots here. Run scatter plots, GDP, unemployment rate, and this is kind of misunderstanding here, and we should use like LFIT method, two-way scatter, and run. Here you can see the this is the red line is fitted value, as you can see, and blue spots are unemployment rate. And so these are kind of Stata reject them because it's not obey the rule, and we can't create an obvious function for solving our problem. So and the next one you can see here, education expenditure affects the GDP. Here fitted value is this, and we can copy and go our Word file, and it was place work here, scatter plot. Here scatter plot. Given graph depicts the relationship among ICT experts, and here there are a negative relationship between those two variables as the fitted value decline. Here you can see, and the next scatter plot is manufacturing and years, and the next one is scatter plot GDP. Here, given graph depicts GDP over several years. This is a positive relationship between those two variables as the line fitted values increases. Here you can see, and the picture of 5 scatter plot is GDP and agriculture. Here you can see, given graph depicts the relationship among GDP and agriculture. There is a positive relationship between those two variables as the line fitted values grows. And the next is combination of them. How to combine them? Here, go to Stata again. Here our do file, and run. Something is missing. Here we have problem with year again. Control copy and paste it, and we should correct this here, and this is also and graph combine. And run. Here we can see our combined graphs. So the next comment, we should Pearson-Wise correlation test and Spearman correlation coefficient. First thing, we should run this command. Here also, well, rename year. Okay, and Pearson-Wise, where it was here. Now, yes, run. And this one, it will be like this because the Word file is open. Here we should close it and again do it here. Pearson-Wise correlation test with SIG Here we can see our Word format. In order to copy, the last section here, we can easily copy and paste into our work here. Pearson-Weiss correlation test here. Variables, GDP, agriculture, ICT experts, and so on. You can see this is significant. Here the explanation is given. The correlation analysis provides insights into the key relationship between GDP and other microeconomic indicators in Colombia. Agriculture shows a strong positive correlation with GDP. 96%, including its significant contribution to the economy despite its decline share in recent years. Education expenditure has a high positive relationship with GDP. This is also 96%, and P is 0, suggesting that investment in human capital plays a crucial role in economic growth. ICT experts, however, exhibit a negative correlation with GDP. 39%. P is 0.029, implying that Colombia's economic structure may still be heavily reliant on traditional industries rather than technology-driven growth. Income inequality, Gini index, negatively correlates with GDP, and the unemployment rate has a weak negative correlation with GDP, suggesting that while unemployment influences economic performance, other structural factors may have a greater impact. The year variable shows a strong positive correlation with GDP, 26%. P is 0, reflecting long-term economic growth trends over time. These findings highlight the importance of policies that support agriculture, education, investment, and industrial diversification to enhance sustainable economic growth. And go to Stata, and the next test is Spearman coefficiency. Run. Here, number of observations 25. Here you can see the relationship with unemployment rate and GDP, as we have already talked about above. It has negative relationship, while education expenditure and over the years GDP has positive relationship. And the next comment here, we can see Word format also. Correlation test. Spearman and Al show that agriculture 0.85 and education expenditure nearly 90 have strong positive correlations with GDP, highlighting their importance in economic growth. ICT experts and income inequality negatively correlate with GDP, suggesting that growth has not been tech-driven and is linked to reduced inequality. Unemployment also negatively correlates with GDP, indicating its economic impact. The year variable reflects long-term growth trends. These results suggest that policies should support agriculture, education, and employment, and diversification, and sustain economic development. And go to Stata, as doc, and P norm. Here, name, Gini index. We can run them. Run first comment. Here we can see P norm, and here we have pasted, as you can see. Then go to Stata again. You can at the same time you can run multiple comments here. combination of them. Here you can see. And the next, check on the key density histogram we use. So run this command. Here you can see it should be like bell-shaped, but as you can see, years is not changing, it's stable. Here we can see the word format. Here, histogram. The histogram describes the information about distribution of the data set. Shape of distribution should be bell-shaped. Size are the same in years. So, and the next histogram, ICT experts. Here you can see the bar graph and the line. ICT expert is positively skewed because it's in the right direction, and it's normal, almost right direction, and it's normally distributed because it's giving the bell shape, and it's clear that the highest bin is very close to 2.25 actually. And the next histogram is GDP density. As you can see, goods exports are not positively skewed because the cursive line is not in the right direction, and it's not normally distributed because it's not giving the bell shape. And the next one is agriculture, and the combination of them. Agriculture GDP is not skewed because the cursive line is middle, and the combination of them, GDP, agriculture, ICT experts, and years, the significant ones. And next is graph box. Here's data and our do file, and graph box 20% of data. First we should run the command here and copy it and go to word format, and given box above describes the 75% of the data. The median located inside the box is equals to 1991. Two lines that span from the first quartile give 25% of information. As you can see, the graph, go to Stata again. No. To file, and the next command is graph.box run. Here you can see, and copy. We should copy and paste into our Word format. I'm going to run all of them, and here you can see, and go to our Word format again. Word format. Here in this box, plot median point in manufacturing is D, which represents central tendency of the data set, and next picture graph box. Outliers, which are individual data points that fall outside the figures, are displayed in individual points. In this box are outliers, and here we have one outlier layer. In this graph box, median value is equal to 0.2, and max and min points are maximum and minimum points are respectively 3.1 plus 10 and 10. And the next combination of graph box, as you can see, and comparison of graph boxes here. Into Stata, I should show how to do it. So in the file I didn't create it, so we should graph box. Here we can copy graph box and paste it, and choose the variables GDP and agriculture, and run. Here we can see the blue one is GDP, red one is agriculture, and as the agriculture volume is lower, it's kinda smaller than the GDP. So here we can see them. in the Word format. And the next comment is SWILK, GDP, unemployment, education, normally test, Shapiro-Wilk test. So run. Here you can see Shapiro-Wilk test for normal data, observations, and probe here, and SDOC and Spearman test here, and normally data is normally HA. We have HO and HA. Here we should so the next one is reliability of the model, alpha test. So run. Here you can see alpha test scale mean unstandardized and so average inter-team covariance is 4.74 plus 18. Number of items in the scale 5. Scale reliability coefficient is very low, 9%. And here SDOC interpreting for word. So here we can see the alpha test assess the significance of the relationship between the independent variables and the dependent variable in regression analysis. The coefficient is 0.035, which indicates the statistical significance. So the next one is start with command variance inflation factor. So run. Regression alpha test start with here. Here 8.44. We can see from the board interpretation here start with variance inflation factor for independent variable, which is indicator of the problem of collinearity in analysis. VIF value should be lower than 10. If it's lower than 10, that indicates that you don't have problem with collinearity. In our VIF value, it's lower than 10, describes that our analysis has no problem. So it was like 8.44. This means we have no problem with collinearity. So the next comment is ANOVA test, which is predict y hat. Run. Here you can see among our variables y hat is appeared. So let's check. Browse. Here you can see y hat and word interpretation. So and the next one, histogram y hat, key density norm. Run, and there will be graph like this. As you can see, it should be bell-shaped. Sorry for. And here, written word. The predicted value is not positively skewed because the cursive line is not in the right side, and it's not normally distributed because the line is not the shape of the bell. It's clear that the highest bin is very close to 5%. And the Python graph box. Next, we are going to draw in using Stata. Run. Here you can see here 25%, and here 25%, here 25, and here also 25%. So in word format, here you can see given box above describes that 75% of the data, the median located inside the box, is equal to 2.6. Two lines that span from the first quartile gave 25% information. One in the up describes the highest point in prediction, which is 3.2, while the opposite one is 1.4. And next we are going to do is that silk white hat run. As you can see, observation 25, and this also, and HO residuals are normally distributed. So we should run regression. Here you can see P should be low. If P lower than 5%, it is linear. It's dependent. So here you can see it's not dependent. It's not significant. This is significant, not significant, significant, significant. And the next one, predict E hat and here missing values generated, and histogram E hat, key density, and key density norm. Here you can see the graph, and we should copy and go to Word. Here you can see it's normally distributed because the line is shape of the bell. It's clear that the highest pin is very close to like here 5.0 E minus 11, while the lowest point equals to 2.1 E minus 11. And the next one is heteroscedasticity test, and so run. Here you can see it's not away the whole, and we can find it's a function. So here also you can see that plot and the scatter plot relationship. Here agriculture, unemployment, ICT experts, agriculture, two-way Y hat. Here the blue one is linear prediction, and the red ones is GDP. Here residuals and GDP. Two-way scatter plot Y hat relationship. Here you can see, and the head test. You should show head tests here. Stat, and at the same time I should run them. And silk, here you can see observations and others, and regression. Here significant, not significant, not significant, 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 and the alpha test. Here scale reliability coefficient is equal to 0. This means that that variance. So here you can see Shapiro-Wilk test for normal data. Here word format, as you can see, and the table log lean regression and alpha log lean. Here you can see scale reliability coefficient is 51%, which is good. And next in log, here you can see p-value is 0 almost, and f-test 0, which is significant. So, and the next lean log robust regression. Here you can see R squared 99%, which is good. And table estimation table. Here you can see OLS model in log, log lin, and the end of this part.